Hey guys, back with another video. This one I'm going to show off, not something I carry every day, but something that I use quite frequently. And just, it's kind of ridiculous, so I wanted to show it off. So I have something of a thing for paper. I have lots of different notebooks and pens, and I at some point thought myself to be an artist. I keep a journal and I write things quite a bit. So I went searching for something that I went down one of those annoyed rabbit holes there where I couldn't find the notebook paper notebook that I had when I was younger. Right, I had a book I came across in some of my old stuff, and I went looking for that one to buy that one again, and they didn't exist anymore. Nobody makes them anymore. So I went shopping around for something that I could buy in bulk, so that I had a bunch of them, so I didn't have that happen again to me. Obviously, that'll happen again somewhere down the line where I'll get used to this and I'll enjoy it for a long time, and then I'll run out and I'll need more, and I'll have to, buy something else because it won't exist anymore. But for the moment, this is what I came up with, and I know it's a long time to sit here with a blank screen, but so there's a notebook. I basically took everything that I liked about the other notebook. It had like a red cover, and which this one doesn't, but the same dimensions, the same internals, and I found somebody that was selling I guess it's just brown paper, blank, customize it yourself kind of books. And I think they expected to sell these to people who do crafts and make these, do art or something on them to resell. But that's not me. I just wanted a bunch of bulk books that were all the same to write in. So as you can see, I've got the office notebook, which hangs out here in my office at my house. I've got a first aid book, which went with me. I do first aid training at work every year, so I take that along with me, and I write notes of things that I'm learning. And when it's not being used, sorry, I'm picking at things. When it's not being used at work, I keep it in my garage, and I have a first aid kit and a fire extinguisher, some other things out there in the garage. So in case I get hurt or start a fire out there, I've got a way to stop that. So this is kind of to keep a record of things that I have in the garage, incidents, and also just first aid equipment, make sure I have stuff. And then the garage book, which is separate from the first aid book. The garage book is projects that I'm working on in the garage, records of things with my car, records with doing like a scratch pad for measurements for things that I want to build out of wood and other things. So yeah, and I obviously I'm not very fancy with these things. I just did different things to make them look different and to play around a little bit. So this one I used the paint pen and then lined all the letters. This one's just very basic first aid. And then this one, just played with the font a little bit. So those are 3 examples of this. Now, those are the ones I've used so far. Here is the box that I bought of these, and I wrote on them. So I just have keeping them all in the box, and I know that this is what's in this box. So just spiral bound, college ruled. That was important. I don't like them when they're too spaced apart. 60-page A5 size. That's a 20-pack. So, let's see if I can open that for you. Obviously, it's just going to be more of the same inside, except they are going to be blank. It's nice that they were all individually wrapped, so I can keep them safe and moisture-free for the most part in a box. And then it's just a 20-pack of these. So I've used 3 so far. I'm in the process of using 3 so far. And that is ridiculous, right? It's why in the world do I need 20 of these things? Well, I like to have things available and not go away forever. I have run into too many of those things lately, and maybe I'm feeling like life is passing me by and the good old things that I remember are going away. Who knows? Anyway, just a quick video to show that off. I'll just set that to the side here. But yeah, there's other things like that. So, but with that, I have been trying different kinds of pens. So I bought some Uniball rollers, and this is on the recommendation of a couple of different videos I watched. The Bic Crystal Extra Smooth pens. This was there's like a famous. There's a guy that did a video on famous writers who used different kinds of pens, what they liked, and this one stood out to me as, oh, who was it? It was Jerry Seinfeld used this to write all of his episodes of Seinfeld, and a lot of his jokes and stuff. This, I don't remember who used this or why this was in the thing, but a couple of things I found at the same time. I also bought a Pilot. No, not a Pilot. I always forget. Anyway, I bought a couple other things too. Just different pens that I thought I wanted to try out. And so I've been playing around with those. I have a fountain pen and some other things to play around with in these books. But the point of buying a whole pack of these, this is like a 10 or 12 pack or something like that, was to, 12 pack. It was to station these around different places so that I had them available. I want a pen with each of these books. I should actually just put a pen in with each of these books, right? Here we go. We'll do a little DIY project here. There we go. I can dedicate a book, 60 pages worth of a book, which is, if you write on both sides, it's more than that, obviously, or feels like more than that at least. But I can dedicate a pen. I can dedicate a book to a subject. I can dedicate a book to an idea or a thought that I'm having if I like. I have books that are written on and dedicated to things like video ideas and computer stuff that I have, inventory of stuff that I have at home. I have a book, I think, that's devoted to all the movies all the DVDs that I've ripped from my Plex library, other stuff like that. So just having something that's more or less disposable. I bought it long ago, and I ate the cost of it already, so there's no cost to me. See, that's one of the things. Paper was precious to me growing up. It was something that I couldn't bring myself to draw in a sketchbook or write in one of these books because it was a thing I got once or twice a year. It was a thing I got for birthdays and Christmas, right? Or maybe at the beginning of school I might get something. So a lot of times I would draw on printer paper and write on sticky notes, but little thoughts and ideas and whatever. But this is a better way to keep thoughts and ideas, keep projects that I'm working on, and if I have enough of them, then it doesn't feel so precious, and I don't worry too much about using them. So same with the pens. If I buy a this is not a $35 pen, but if I were to buy a $35 pen, well, that's one $35 pen that I have. If I buy a pack of these for, $15 for a 12 pack, well, who cares if I dedicate a pen to each of these, and who cares if I lose these or they break or have issues or whatever? Who cares, because I have so many of them. So it's just a little bit behind the scenes on my head, how things work, and just to show one of the silly, crazy things that I do to try to combat things going away in life. Anyway, thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. The vocational carry